Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syamimi Rajiah binti SHUKOR. Today, I would like to present my research methodology report. The capital structure decision have been extensively investigated in search of optimal mix of debt and equity which maximize the value of a firm. Poor capital structure decision can result in high cost of capital, thereby lowering the net present value of projects and making more of them unacceptable. Effective capital structure decisions can lower the cost of capital, resulting in high net present value and more projects that are acceptable, and thereby incentive the value of a firm. The board expects the financial performance of Petronas be affected by the movements in price, while oil price is uncertainty. According to MIDF Amanah Investment Bank Berhad, research said it is expecting Malaysia's gross domestic GDP growth to be under pressure in 2020 in need to revise the budget 2020. Plus, this is the lower price of crude oil since 2016. This issue came out after Saudi Arabia reportedly planned to oust competitors by increasing production by another 2 million barrels per day and to give discount to major clients as retaliation. The objective of this research is to identify the relationship between capital structure and Petronas performance. Second, to study how size of firm impact on the capital structure and Petronas performance. Third, to examine whether growth opportunities affect on the capital structure and Petronas performance. Fourth, to explore the response of long-term debt on the capital structure and Petronas performance. Fifth, to observe whether short-term debt impact on capital structure and Petronas performance. Lastly, to study the impact on total debt to total asset on the capital structure and Petronas performance. Okay, now let's move to literature review. First, long-term debt. 3 researchers get positive and significant relationship, while 1 of researchers get negative and insignificant result. Second, short-term debt. 4 researchers get positive and significant relationship, while 1 researcher get negative and insignificant result. Third, total debt. 4 researchers get positively related to return on asset, while 1 of researchers get negative and significant result, and another 1 researcher get negative and insignificant relationship. Fourth, growth opportunity. 2 researchers get positive and significant relationship, while another 2 indirect influence for growth opportunities. 2. Return on asset. Fifth, size of firm. Most of the researchers get significant related for firm size to return on asset. Okay, now I will explain further on methodology. First, population. Listed sector in Bursa Malaysia. Second, sample. Petroleum Nasional Berhad Petronas. I'm using quarterly basis over an 8 years period from 2012 to 2019. The variable that I'm using is return on asset as dependent variables, total debt, long-term debt, short-term debt, growth opportunity, and size of firm as independent variable. Next, statistical method. I'm using regression analysis to test F-test, T-test, and R-squared. For assumption test, I'm using normality test, multi-covariance test, Ramsey test, heteroscedasticity test. Okay, now let's move to hypotheses. First, long-term debt, HO. There is no significant relationship between long-term debt and return on asset. HA. There is significant relationship between long-term debt and return on asset. Second, short-term debt, HO. There is no significant relationship between short-term debt and return on asset. For HA, there is significant relationship between short-term debt and return on asset. Third, total debt, HO. There is no significant relationship between total debt to total asset and return on asset. HA. There is significant relationship between total debt to total asset and return on asset. Fourth is growth opportunities. HO. There is no significant relationship between growth opportunity to return on asset. HA. There is significant relationship between growth opportunities and return on asset. Last but not least, size of the firm. HO. There is no significant relationship between size of firm and return on asset. HA. There is significant relationship between size of firm and return on asset. Now I will explain on finding 1, regression analysis. First, t-test. P-value for LTD is 0.3483 and failed to reject the null at 5% level of significance, and it indicates the positive insignificant relationship. P-value for STD is 0.9910 and failed to reject the null at 5% level of significance, and it indicates the positive insignificant relationship. P-value for TD is 0.2832 and failed to reject the null at 5% level of significance, and it indicates the positive insignificant relationship. P-value for G is 0.0027, then we reject the null at 5% level of significance, and it indicates the positive relationship. Last but not least, p-value for S is 0.3464 and failed to reject the null at 5% level of significance, and it indicates the positive insignificant relationship. Now let's move to F-test. P-value for F-test is 0.0209. The overall model is fit. Therefore, we can reject the null hypothesis at 5% level of significance and can conclude that at least one of the independent variables is useful in predicting return on asset. For R squared, the p-value for R squared is 0.3841, which means the relationship between dependent variable and independent variable that the researcher used in this study is only 38.41%, otherwise 61.59% is the relationship from the other independent variable that is not selected. Now let's move to finding 2, assumption test. First, Ramsey test, HO, no misspecification. HA, error in specification. The result for T statistic is 4.9309, F statistic is 24.3135, likelihood ratio is 21.7282, all the 3 statistics greater than 0.05. This sample indicates that the null hypothesis at 5% significant level and therefore no misspecification on functional form. 2. Normality test. HO, error normally distributed. HA, error not normally distributed. The p-value result is 0.0001. It's less than 0.05. Therefore, error not normally distributed. 3. Heteroskedasticity. HO, homoskedasticity. HA, heteroskedasticity. The result for probability chi-square is 0.0574. It's greater than 0.05. Therefore, it's homoskedasticity. 4. Multicornarity. HO, multicornarity exists. HA, multicornarity does not exist. The result for LTD is 940.9955. For STD is 919.1147. For TD is 5.8309. For S is 1071.426 and for G is 1.1612. Therefore, the result shows that centered VIF value for TD and G variable are below 10 and close to 1. Therefore, we do not reject the null hypothesis. However, LTD, STD, and S are more than 10, and it is showing a serious multicornarity exists. Now for the conclusion. First, for variable LTD, the result is 0.3483 greater than 0.05. It shows insignificant. Therefore, there is no significant relationship between long-term debt and return on asset. This finding is similar to Salim and Yadad's 2012 and Atani 2013. Most of the previous researchers found that long-term debt will give negative impact towards the return on asset. Second, for variable STD, the result is 0.9110 greater than 0.05. It shows insignificant relationship. Therefore, is no significant relationship between short-term debt and return on asset. This result is contradicted with the finding by Tywirth 2014. Third, for variable TD, the result is 0.2832 greater than 0.05. It shows insignificant. Therefore, there is no significant relationship between total debt to total asset and return on asset. This result is contradicted with the finding of Tan and Hamed 2016. Fourth, for variable G, the result is 0.3454 greater than 0.05. It shows insignificant relationship. Therefore, there is no significant relationship between growth opportunity and return on asset. This result is similar with the finding of Salim and Yadav 2012 and Melissa and Kusuma 2017. Last but not least, for variable S, the result is 0.0027 smaller than 0.05. It shows significant relationship. Therefore, there is significant relationship between size of firm and return on asset. This result for this investigation indicated that the size of firm has a positive relationship with the return on asset. This result is similar with the finding of Tywirth 2014 and Ozimoho and Zahiruddin 2017. The recommendation: first, use different data structure. The future researcher is encouraged to use another data structure such as panel data. This is because we would give a different perspective in the research. Thus, it will give a new knowledge to the researcher. Second, adding new variable. This research study is only focused on one industry sector that are listed in Bursa Malaysia, which is Petronas. For more brief, can use more sectors that have in the Bursa Malaysia, such as consumer product, construction, property, plantation, industrial product, and trading services. Therefore, by including this variable, it would provide the researcher a better understanding towards return on asset for many sectors and can make comparison on it. For the last recommendation is research on other countries. The future researcher should conduct a similar research on others' country. The result from that study will give a valuable knowledge to the researcher. This is because the researcher can make the comparison on the finding in another country. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for listening.